So how old were you when you first started taking steroids?
I was 19.
19. What specific steroids do you find effective in your training?
I've always stuck to the basic, like Deca was the very first one I used when I was 19, and put on 20 pounds, did a 6-week course on it. That's all I used, like 2 cc's a week. I found I put on 20 pounds. Yeah, sure you carry some water weight with that, but then even now I stick to the basics like Deca, Prima Bowl, and I don't like test it or stay away from testosterones, but those are just the basics like that. So,
could you give us some idea of what specific dosages you use prior to a show and how long you use these dosages?
I'm getting ready for a contest. I normally start dieting 12 weeks out, so I'll start with maybe like Stol, which is the same as Winstrol. I'll take like 2 cc's every 3 days. Then sometimes I get sick of taking a needle, so I might increase it to every 4 or 5 days. So I hate being a pin cushion. And then I was taking 1 Anadrol 50 a day because like they're one of the worst on your liver, so I hate using them, but yet for keeping the size and strength they're good, but I only take 1 a day of them. Now I was taking 2 IUs of growth hormone every day for the last 6 weeks, and then just Nolvadex to cut the fluid down a bit. That's about all, getting ready for a contest.
Okay, so how about in the off season then? Would you take
off season I don't use too much. It's more like I rely more on food and heavy training. Like I normally go like maybe 5 months before I do another course in the off season. Then I'll just take the basic like Deca, 2 cc's of Deca, and 2 cc's of Prima for 8 weeks. Then I might go off it for another 3 months before I do something else. So I've never really been a big believer. Like people get the mentality where you need steroids to grow, you need steroids for this, but if you get that in your mentality, then they can't train without them. Whereas I might just use them for like an assistance rather than rely on them. That's why at contest time I might take a little bit more because I'm doing more training, I'm doing more cardio. So like even with dieting, you cut your food back, so recovery becomes harder. So the drugs mainly help me more for recovery than anything.